Hey guys, Phil here at Woods Tree Farm. We are closing in on the end of Sunday, our third full day selling here, and I've got 13 trees left. We're still open for a little while, so another couple of these might trickle out of here. But it has been a whirlwind of a weekend here. We sold more trees on Saturday and Sunday than we sold in 3 weeks last year. So it has been awesome, but also exhausting and fun and interesting, and we've learned a lot. And anyway, wanted to give you that quick update to let you know about our progress and our success this year. And I want to share with you a few things about our tree lot and about our workflow here that we know we can improve upon for next year. I did some of that last year with last year's tree lot videos, and everybody seemed to like that. So if you saw my last video, I gave you kind of a full walkthrough of how things worked. The tent, where it's situated, was actually a little awkward. Most of the browsing activity on the trees happened up here, and then we were telling people to walk all the way around the far side of the tent, in between the shed and the tent, and come in the back, and that was a little awkward. Most people just approached the tent here at the front, and if we weren't busy, we didn't stop people. We didn't tell them to walk around, but if there was a line, which there was at times, we sent people around to the back, and it was fine. But I think next year we're going to move that tent forward a bit, kind of make it more central to the operation, and it'll be a lot more natural for people to come in that tent from the back and do one-way traffic that way. The other thing is, and it's kind of related to the same thing, the situation of the tent, we were thinking people would walk around the back of the tent and bring their tree with them, and then we could shake it, bale it, and most people ended up bringing their stuff up here, which we had to walk past the baler table, and a lot of times there was activity here, so people had to move and then go past the baler table to where the shaker is. But anyway, kind of minor logistical stuff, but as we get bigger and we get busier, we know we're going to have to figure this stuff out. And I think next year we might even consider getting a second baler, because this was a bottleneck at times, because we were also processing trees to put back out on the tree lot when a spot opened up. So we were unbaling trees, we were shaking trees to put them on display. And I know you don't have to do that, but they look a lot better if you shake them first before you put them on display. And you know, the only other answer to that is not do it in real time, have trees stacked up ready to go to put out on the tree lot. And we did that. We had this whole fence row on Saturday and Sunday lined up with trees ready to go in the tree lot. But when we got busy, this whole fence row got emptied, and we still had to open up trees in real time and do it here, and at the same time prep trees to put on the tree lot at the same time as people are checking out and prepping their trees. So it was a little bananas at more than one time. So anyway, very successful season here for us. I know some of you guys are going to ask how many trees did we get. I did answer that in the last video, but just so you know, there was we ordered 138 trees, and we actually ended up, because of a deal that I worked out with another farm, ended up with 143 trees, and then we took one home ourselves. So we had 142 trees to sell. And now we've just got 13 left as of this moment. A couple other things I wanted to share with you as far as logistical things. We had our extra inventory. Let's walk over there. We had our extra inventory piled up over here between the brown tent, which is where we serve hot chocolate, and the shed. And since we had extra inventory piled up over there, we then had to lug that inventory over behind the tent over there in order to open it up and prep it. So next year, I think I want to have stuff staged on this side, but in order to keep trees in the shade over here, I would need to create something to have trees in the shade, because it's bright and sunny here all day long. So anyway, that's why we put trees down the other side, because it's nice and shady all day. But over here, it's sunny. If I put a little shelter up or a structure up with some shade cloth, we would be fine over here. And then we would have all the extra inventory in a pile ready to pull from, prep it, and put it out on the tree lot. Let me talk to you for a second about lighting. We put up these big floodlights, showed that in the previous video, and then we had the little twinkle lights all around. The floodlights did great, lit up the tree lot here really well. My camera didn't capture that very well. I don't know how to adjust the settings, and I'm probably not going to figure it out today because I got other stuff to do. But anyway, it worked out really well. But truth is, we really didn't do that much business in the dark. I think yesterday we did about $600 after dark, and the day before that we actually did even less. Friday's business was more brisk during the day, especially early in the day, and really tailed off in the afternoon. Saturday's business was more steady throughout the day, and we did a few $100s after dark. Today, we'll see. It's only about 4 o'clock, so we'll see what happens here in the next 2 hours. Anyway, I don't think it's essential to be open after dark, but it probably varies based on your location. We are out in a rural area. It's a good 30 minutes from any major population center to get out here. So asking people to make that drive after dark to come out here is probably a bit of an ask. And anyway, I think for future years we'll continue to do stuff with light, but just thinking about where the big opportunity is, and if you're thinking about setting up your own tree lot, I don't think lighting is essential. You can force all of your sales into the daylight hours and be just fine. The letters to Santa have been a big hit. We've had a couple different templates of different letters that people can use, and we had to empty this out yesterday because it was full, but it's got a bunch of letters in there right now, so that's been a big hit. People have enjoyed that. And then our regular hot chocolate tent here. We were serving folks hot chocolate. We were prepping it back there and keeping everybody up in front of the table and just serving it to them. Had our hand sanitizer out here, and then we had these s'more kits, and I couldn't even tell you at this point how many we've sold. I'll actually do a tally, and when I edit this video, I'll put it up on the bottom of the screen because I don't even know. But dozens and dozens and dozens of s'more kits have gone out the door, and people have enjoyed that thoroughly. Down at the big old fire pit where my kids are currently playing on those logs down there. So since we have so few trees left, that means we are not going to open next weekend. I'm going to offer these trees available for delivery in the community where I live, and if we don't move all of them then, I'm probably going to put a handful of trees up by the gate and post online that we've got a little self-serve pay station up there and see how many move out the door that way. But it's really not worth it for us to open another weekend for just a couple trees. So at the end of tonight, we're going to call us closed for the season, but we've got a couple trees available for delivery and a couple trees available as self-serve, and that's going to be it for us. So successful year. If you guys got any questions or comments about what we did this year, take a look at our last video where we gave you the full walkthrough of the tree lot, and otherwise, if I didn't answer your question, leave it in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and that way you can stay in touch and keep up with all the work that we're doing out here on our farm. So that's going to wrap it up for Christmas 2020 for us. I've heard from a lot of farms this year has been crazy, and sales have been brisk this first weekend after Thanksgiving, and we are no exception here. So it's good for us tree farmers. So until next time, I'll see you guys. I hope you have a happy holiday, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.